Before we jump into the recap, make sure to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for more Bold and the Beautiful updates. During the week of January 12th through January 16th, tension quietly built across several storylines on the Bold and the Beautiful. Conversations felt carefully measured, with characters choosing their words wisely while clearly holding back deeper concerns. What wasn't said often felt just as important as what was spoken. At Forrester Creations, pressure continued to mount behind the scenes. Decisions were discussed, motives were questioned, and control became a central issue. Some characters appeared confident on the surface, but their reactions suggested uncertainty and fear about what might come next. Personal relationships also felt strained this week. Trust was tested, emotions ran close to the surface, and unresolved issues lingered in nearly every interaction. Even moments meant to bring reassurance seemed to leave more questions than answers. By the end of the week, nothing felt settled. Instead, the groundwork was clearly laid for bigger confrontations ahead, with secrets still in play and tensions ready to explode. That wraps up the recap for the Bold and the Beautiful from January 12th to January 16th, 2026. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more soap recaps and updates. When Sheila finally learns the truth about Taylor and Deacon, it's not going to be quiet. It's not going to be calm. And it definitely won't be handled with grace. Sheila doesn't process betrayal the way most people do. She feels it deeply, personally, and obsessively. The moment that secret comes out, expect a storm. Taylor instantly becomes the villain in Sheila's eyes, not just a rival, but a threat to everything she thinks she's fighting to protect. Sheila will likely spiral into desperation, trying to pull Deacon back emotionally, using guilt, history, and even hope as leverage. And when that doesn't work, that's when the tension really explodes. A public confrontation feels inevitable, something messy, emotional, and impossible to ignore. The fallout won't just affect Sheila, Taylor, and Deacon either. Steffi, Finn, Brooke, and Hope could all get dragged into the chaos as lines get drawn and loyalties get tested. This storyline has all the ingredients for a full-blown soap storm: jealousy, betrayal, danger, and consequences that ripple far beyond the original secret. And then there's Carter and Daphne. On the surface, this engagement feels romantic, bold, and hopeful, but soap history tells us nothing stays smooth for long. Carter's pattern of rushing into big romantic gestures could start raising quiet doubts. Daphne may begin asking herself if this proposal came from deep certainty or emotional impulse. Old relationships, unresolved feelings, or outside opinions could creep in and shake their confidence as a couple. The real test won't be how happy they are right now, it'll be how they handle pressure, temptation, and unexpected complications. Trust will be challenged, timing will be questioned, and the engagement could face obstacles that force both of them to decide whether this love is built to last or destined for another dramatic detour. Bottom line? Sheila's discovery could ignite one of the most volatile storylines on the canvas, while Carter and Daphne's fairy tale moment may be heading straight into a reality check. Big emotions, bigger consequences, and classic Bold and the Beautiful episode of the Bold and the Beautiful focused on celebrations, finally learns the truth about Taylor and the quiet tension building behind the scenes at Forrester Creations. It's not going to be calm. The Forrester family came together to celebrate Daphne and Carter's engagement. Sheila doesn't process betrayal the way most people do. Showing their support she feels as the couple marked a personally and obsessively. While the moment that secret comes out, there is an underlying sense that not everyone believes the road ahead becomes the villain in Sheila's eyes. Away from the celebration, but a threat to everything she thinks she's fighting to protect. For her boldest move yet, Sheila will likely spiral into desperation, in a pivotal moment. Deacon back emotionally, using guilt for his guidance, and even encouraging Katie to think big, move fast, when that doesn't and surround herself with a strong creative really explodes. Even more telling, confrontation feels that he might not be finished something with the fashion world after all, and opening the door to a possible return that could shake up Forrester Creations and challenge Ridge's authority. That possibility only adds fuel to the ongoing tension between Katie and Brooke. As lines get drawn and loyalties openly questioned Katie's decision to use the Logan has all the ingredients for a full-blown clear that family loyalty is once again being tested. Danger, and consequences that ripple far beyond the original secret, quickly becoming another battleground between Carter and Daphne. On the surface, this engagement feels romantic, about a potential job at Forrester Creations tells us nothing stays smooth for long. While nothing
Carter's
is guaranteed,
pattern of rushing
the
into big
conversation
romantic
alone
gestures
signals
could
that
start
Dylan's
raising
future in the
quiet
fashion
doubts.
world may be far
Daphne
from
may
settled,
begin
and
asking
could create
herself if
unexpected
this proposal
ripples
came
within the
from deep
company.
certainty or
By
emotional
the end of the
impulse.
episode,
The
bold
bold and the
relationships,
beautiful made one thing
unresolved
clear.
feelings,
While
or outside
engagements are being
opinions could creep
celebrated,
in and
new
shake their
alliances
confidence
are
as a
forming.
couple.
Old
The
rivalries
real
are
test
reigniting,
won't be how
and the
happy they
fashion
are right
world is
now.
on the brink
It'll
of
be how
another
they
major
handle
shakeup.
pressure, temptation, and unexpected complications. Trust will be challenged. Timing will
On
be
the
questioned,
bold and the beautiful
and the
on
engagement
January
could face
14,
obstacles that force
2026,
both of them to
long
decide
simmering
whether this
tensions
love is
finally
built to
boiled
last
over
or
as
destined for
family,
another dramatic
loyalty,
detour.
and ambition collided.
Bottom line,
What
Sheila's
began as a
discovery
hopeful
could
new
ignite
chapter
one
for
of the
Katie
most volatile
quickly turned into a
storylines on the
seismic
canvas,
shift within the
while
Forrester
Carter and
Logan
Daphne's
dynamic.
fairy
When
tale
Eric
moment
Forrester
maybe
made
had
a
him
move
straight
no
into a
one saw
reality
coming.
check. Not
Big
only did
emotions,
Eric offer
big
his blessing for
consequences,
Katie's new
and
fashion
classic
house,
bold and the
Logan,
beautiful
but he
chaos
stunned
ahead.
her by volunteering
When
to serve
Sheila
as her
finally
lead
learns
designer.
the truth about
The
Taylor and
offer
Deacon,
left Katie
it's not going
overwhelmed
to be
and
quiet.
emotional. This
It's
was
more
more
than
than
professional
calm,
support,
and it was a
definitely
powerful
won't be
endorsement
handled with
that
grace.
instantly legitimized
Sheila
her
doesn't
brand and
process
raised
betrayal
stakes
the
for
way
everyone
most people
involved.
do.
She
For
feels
Brooke,
it deeply,
however,
personally,
cut
and
deep.
obsessively.
Katie's
The
decision to
moment
use
that
the
secret
Logan
comes
name
out,
already felt like a
expect a
personal
storm.
betrayal.
Taylor
But
instantly
Eric's
becomes the
involvement
villain
pushed
and
her
Sheila's
into
eyes,
full-blown outrage.
not just a rival,
To
but a
Brooke,
threat to
this
everything
wasn't
she
just
thinks
about
she's
fashion,
fighting to protect.
it was about legacy,
Sheila will
loyalty,
likely
and
spiral
everything
into
she believed
desperation,
she built with
trying to
Ridge.
pull Deacon back
Old wounds
emotionally,
reopened
using
as Brooke
guilt,
questioned
history,
whether her own
and even
family
hope
was
as
now lining
leverage.
up against her.
And when that doesn't
fracture
work,
sisterly
that's
bonds
when the
that had
tension
survived
really
years of
explodes.
rivalry and
A public
reconciliation.
confrontation feels
Donna,
inevitable,
as always,
something
found
messy,
herself trapped
emotional,
between the
and
two.
impossible to
Desperate
ignore.
to prevent another
The
family
fallout won't
implosion,
just affect
she worked
Sheila,
tirelessly
Taylor,
to
and
calm
Deacon
emotions
either.
and remind her sisters
Steffi,
that blood
Finn,
should come before
Brooke,
business,
and hope could all get
but
dragged
with
into the
egos
chaos
bruised
as
and
lines
pride
get
on the
drawn
line,
and loyalties
Donna's
get tested.
peacekeeping efforts seemed
This
increasingly
storyline
fragile,
has all the ingredients
especially as
for
the
a full-blown
consequences of
soapstorm.
Katie's bold
Jealousy,
move began to ripple
betrayal,
outward.
danger, and
Across
consequences
town
that
at
ripple
Forrester
far beyond the
Creations,
original
a quieter
secret.
but equally meaningful
And then there's
storyline
Carter and
unfolded.
Daphne.
On the surface,
Steffi decided
this
to take a
engagement
chance
feels
on Dylan,
romantic,
offering
bold,
her an
and
opportunity
hopeful,
that could
but
change her
history
future.
tells us nothing stays
Dylan was
smooth for
thrilled,
long, and clearly
Carter's
determined to
pattern
prove
of
herself,
rushing into big
while Will and
romantic
Electra
gestures
stepped
could
up
start
as her
raising
biggest
quiet
supporters,
doubts.
strengthening their
Daphne
bond
may
and hinting
begin
at
asking
deeper
herself
emotional
if this
connections
proposal
forming
came
behind
from
deep
deep certainty
certainty or emotional
As
impulse.
alliances shift and
Bold
ambitions
relationships,
collide, the
the
biggest
unresolved
question
feelings
now looms
or
over
outside
Ridge
opinions
Forrester.
could creep in and shake
How will
their
he
confidence
react when
as
he
a couple.
realizes just how
The
deeply
real
his
test
father is
won't be how
involved
happy
in
they are
Katie's
right
new
now.
venture?
It'll be how they
Will
handle
Eric's
pressure,
decision drive a
temptation,
wedge
and
between father
unexpected
and son,
complications,
or force Ridge to choose
Trust
sides
will be
in a battle
challenged,
that's becoming
timing will be
increasingly
questioned,
personal?
and the engagement
With the
could
lines
face
between
obstacles
family
that
and
force
business
both
more
of them to
blurred than
decide
ever.
whether this
One
love
thing
is
is
built to
certain,
last or
the
destined for
fallout
another
from this
dramatic
episode is
detour.
only just beginning.
Bottom line, Sheila's discovery could ignite one of the most volatile storylines on the canvas. Thursday's
Carter
episode
and
of The
Daphne's
Bold and the
fairy tale
Beautiful was
moment
all
may be
about
heading
family,
straight into a
legacy,
reality
and
check.
choices that could change
Big
everything.
emotions,
Bigger
The hour
consequences,
kicked off with
and
an
classic
emotional
bold and the
surprise when
beautiful
R.J.
chaos
Forrester
ahead.
walked into Forrester
When
Creations
Sheila
and
finally
caught
learns
Brooke and
the
Ridge
truth
in a
about
rare,
Taylor and
peaceful
Deacon,
moment
it's
together.
not going to be quiet.
Instead of awkwardness,
It's not going
there
to
was
be
warmth.
calm.
And
RJ
it
was
definitely
genuinely
won't be
happy to
handled
see
with
his
grace.
parents reunited,
Sheila doesn't
and he didn't
process
hold back his
betrayal the way
gratitude,
most people do.
especially toward
She
Ridge,
feels it
whom
deeply,
he thanked for
personally,
saving Brooke's
and
life in
obsessively.
Italy.
The moment
It
that
was a
secret
reminder
comes
that
out,
no matter how
expect a storm.
complicated this family
Taylor
gets,
instantly
love
becomes the
still
villain
sits
in
at the
Sheila's
center of
eyes.
it all. Not just a
But
rival,
just as the
but a
emotional
threat to
tone
everything
settled,
she thinks
the
she's
real
fighting to
shockwave
protect.
hit.
Eric
Sheila will
Forrester
likely
announced that
spiral
he's
into
officially
desperation,
coming out of
trying
retirement,
to pull Deacon
and
back
not to reclaim
emotionally,
his throne
using
at Forrester
guilt,
Creations,
history,
and even hope as
Instead,
leverage. Eric revealed
and
he's
when
joining
that doesn't
Katie
work,
Logan's fashion
that's
house.
when the tension
Logan,
really
as lead
explodes.
designer. A public
For Katie,
confrontation
it
feels
was a
a
dream
dream
come
come
true
true
and
and
a
a
massive
massive
vote of
emotional
confidence.
and impossible to
Still,
ignore. Even in her excitement,
the fallout won't
she
just
couldn't ignore
affect
the
Sheila,
consequences.
Taylor,
and Deacon either. She knows what this means for
Steffi,
Ridge,
Finn,
for Brooke, and for the
hope
already
could all get
fragile
dragged
balance
into the
within the
chaos
Forrester
as lines
family.
get drawn and loyalties
Meanwhile,
get tested.
Ridge wasted no
This
time trying
storyline
to
has
secure
all the
the future on
ingredients
his
for a
own
full-blown
terms.
soapstorm.
He made
Jealousy,
it clear he wants
betrayal,
RJ by
danger,
his side,
and
designing
consequences that
couture
ripple
and
far
continuing
beyond
the
the
original
Forrester
secret.
legacy.
And
But
then
there's
RJ
Carter and
hesitated.
Daphne. He doesn't
On the
want to step
surface,
on
this
anyone's
engagement
toes,
feels
and he isn't
romantic,
ready to
bold,
promise
and
that Los
hopeful.
Angeles,
But
soap
soap
history
history
tells us
creations
nothing stays
is where
smooth
his
for
future
long.
lies.
Carter's
That
pattern of
uncertainty
rushing
may
into
be
big
just as
romantic
unsettling
gestures
for
could
Ridge
start
as Eric's
raising
shocking
shocking
doubts.
decision.
By
Daphne
the end
may
of the
begin
episode,
asking herself
one thing
if
was
this proposal
clear.
came from
Lines
deep
are being
certainty
drawn.
or emotional impulse.
Eric's choice to work with
Old
Katie threatens to
relationships,
fracture his
unresolved
relationship
feelings,
with Ridge.
or outside
RJ's
opinions
future
could
hangs
creep
in the
and
balance,
shake their
and
confidence
Logan's
in the
rise
couple.
could redefine the
The
fashion
real
power
test won't be
structure
how
in Los
happy they are
Angeles.
right now.
It'll
This
be how
isn't
they
just
handle
about
pressure,
business,
temptation,
it's about
and
pride,
unexpected
loyalty,
complications,
and what it truly means to
Trust
carry the
will be
Forrester
challenged.
name. Timing will be
And as
questioned,
always on the
and
bold and the
engagement
beautiful,
could face
the biggest
obstacles that
question
force
isn't
both
what
of them
happens
to
next,
decide whether
it's
this
who
love
gets
is
hurt
built
along
to
the
last
way.
or destined for another dramatic detour. Bottom line, Sheila's discovery could ignite one of the most bold and beautiful storylines on the canvas. This storyline feels like one of those fairy tale moments that's about to straight into a reality check. Eric quietly aligning himself with Katie's fashion house isn't just a business move, and the beautiful chaos ahead. This decision taps into years of unresolved tension about Taylor and Ridge. It's not going to be quiet. Fully comes out, there's no doubt it's going to shake the foundation of the Forrester family. Handled with grace. Loyalties will be tested. Process betrayal the way most people do. And what was meant to stay quiet personally could turn into a very public war. The moment that secret comes out, at the same time, we can't overlook RJ becomes the villain in Sheila's eyes. What started as a light, flirtatious moment could easily grow into something much bigger. If their connection likely spiral into desperation, trying to pull Deacon back emotionally, old rivalries, and last names and even heavy history all come into play. And when that doesn't work, a romance here could force when the tension really opposite sides once again. A public confrontation another emotional layer to an already complicated situation and impossible to ignore. This is where bold and the beautiful the fallout does just affect Sheila, love, Taylor, legacy, and betrayal into one powerful storyline. And hope could all get dragged into the chaos as when all the secrets are finally exposed. Now I want to hear has all the ingredients for a full-blown respond when Eric's jealousy becomes public knowledge, danger, and consequences that ripple far beyond permanently damage their relationship. And then there's Carter and Daphne. RJ and Electra are headed for a real romance. This engagement feels romantic, the beginning of another heartbreak. But soap history tells us nothing stays smooth for long. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want rushing into big romantic gestures, be sure to like the video, share it with fellow soap fans, may begin asking herself to the channel so you never miss what's coming next or emotional impulse. Old relationships, unresolved feelings, or outside opinions could creep in.